flagship Macy's store. And I've stumbled upon a film production here in front of Macy's. It's Tuesday night, January 7th, 2025. Time's about 4:15 p.m. Temperature is 27 Fahrenheit, -3 Celsius. And the weather app was saying that there's wind gusts of up to 37 miles per hour. I don't know how much that is in kilometers, maybe 60 kilometers an hour. Sure has some film production here. Definitely holiday themed. I don't even know what they were filming for, but I guess we'll find out whenever it comes on television or the big screen in the movie theaters. Ethan said they still have the decorations in Macy's. It's already past Christmas and New Year's. For a little while, yes, it is still decorated in there. But the Christmas market that's on the mezzanine level, that's been all disassembled already. Thanks, Molly. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Picture productions from here. So who knows what they could be filming for. Cammy says they're filming next year's Christmas. I don't know, but definitely something Christmas themed. They had an entire set put up in addition to the background of Macy's. But my production is not as fancy as that, with lighting, actors, scripts. I'm doing pretty much the complete opposite of what they are. Just firing up a live stream and walking around without any script. That would be interesting. Valley Bunyan 9 rebooting Miracle on 34th Street again. I actually caught some of the production on the tail end of my walking video here. Hey, Nightbot is saying that the wind is now blowing at 9 miles per hour, west-northwest, or 14 kilometers per hour. That's a lot less than what it was earlier. I was able to hear the wind howling earlier. That's how strong it was. They have all their production trucks over here too. It's not cheap to produce a movie. I think we take it for granted when we see a movie on a big screen and we say, oh look, it's the actors, they got the set there, but when you realize everything that's involved, they need all these trucks here with all their equipment and gear. Lots of people involved. Eric says you couldn't get out of your car. The wind was pushing the door in on me. Well, even at the winds at the speeds they are now, I had a little bit of a tough time getting the door open from Macy's to go outside. That's a heavy door there too. Trendy Cosmetics, thank you for the £2. Thanks AK for what you do. Happy 2025. Same to you. Happy 2025 to you too. I think it's gonna take me some time to get used to the new year, saying 2025. Heck, even in my congestion pricing zone video, I got the year right, but I had the wrong date. I made myself sound like a fool for the first like 15 minutes because I didn't realize it was January 5th and I thought it was January 4th the whole time. Penn Station is down there. Right now it's rush hour, so you'll see all these people walking towards Penn Station. This happens every day, work day. People are headed towards Penn Station. Yikes. People in a hurry to catch their trains and not wait for the light. They're headed towards Penn Station to take New Jersey Transit, Amtrak,
You're very mean. Oh my
or
God.
Long Island Railroad.
You're still yelling at me.
Oh, you got mad at you for calling me on.
Hong Mao has some concerns about my volume. My voice is low. But I do have... Let me just stop over here. We have to troubleshoot some audio. I didn't change anything from last time. Yes, I have it here. That's where I always put it. Louder. Could adjust the levels on the receiver here. Receiver gain. Let's increase it. Something's going on. Just unplug this, turn both off, and then plug them back in. I turned the receiver gain back to normal. How are we now? This is how I normally have it. I'm gonna load up my own stream. How are we now? This is how I normally have it. Sounds like it's fine now. That's weird. I had to turn it off and turn it back on. Very strange. Now I'm curious how it sounded before. Thanks so much, Hung Mao, for letting us know about the audio issues, and everyone else for confirming. Johnny says there was like no mic before. Maybe the receiver wasn't plugged in all the way and the iPhone didn't detect it. That's technology for you. Not perfect all the time. Congestion pricing, right? This is day 3 of congestion pricing and the second day on a work day. How's the congestion pricing working, huh? Is it really deterring people from driving into New York City's south of 60th Street, or is it really just raising money? Because I see here bumper to bumper traffic. Also, if it's about congestion, why are they charging a fee for overnight hours when traffic is lighter? It's so obvious to me. It's about making money. There's congestion even with congestion pricing. Surprise.
So Charlotte is back from her.
Quesadilla 79 saying hopefully you get free public transportation like we do in California. I don't think that's going to happen here. They're already charging money for the buses and the trains. I do notice that most of these vehicles, though, to be honest, are TLC. That's the Taxi and Limousine Commission. So you have the taxis, the Ubers, Lyfts, Revels. Oh, absolutely, Spiky Lee. The rideshare prices are higher now. I remember hearing that taxis, they get charged 75 cents for entering the congestion zone, and Ubers and Lyfts $1.50. But when a passenger takes a ride, they pay a $2.50 fee to cover the congestion pricing. So it's really the customer that's paying for it, not the taxi driver or the Uber driver. You know, I want to do an experiment once I get to Times Square. I'm going to load up the Uber app and check out how much it's going to cost to take an Uber from Times Square to Macy's, where I came from. It's actually just one stop on the New York City subway, $2.90. We'll see how much Uber will charge. My guess is going to be at least 3 times more than what the subway costs, maybe even 4 times more.
How's it?
Hey, shut the fuck up! I'm gonna walk slow. Then walk your ass on.
Alright, I don't know what's going on there. Things seem to get a little bit tense. Yeah, Jorge, that's what's going to happen too, unfortunately. Grocery prices will increase because the drivers delivering the goods, those vehicles will need to pay for the congestion pricing too. No. No. Happy New Year. I'm not going with this ambulance. The Elmo came at me. She's like, no money, no money. Happy New Year. Now I was trying to avoid her. Jeffrey W. saying $23 Times Square to Macy's. We'll see.
And I said, you can take us to Max's.
We'll go all the way to, well, technically, if we want to make it one subway stop, it has to be from here, 42nd Street. So we'll see if we could load up the Uber app here and take a look. Let's see. I'm gonna load up Uber here and I'll show you how much it costs. Let's open this. Uber, where to? We'll put Macy's. Okay, this is how much it's gonna cost us. Uber X is $17.95. Don't forget that doesn't include tip, so $17.95 plus 20%. You should tip. If you don't, then that's considered rude. $21.54. My gosh. That's like 5 times more expensive, at least, maybe 6 times. $2.90. $2.90 is the subway ride, and $21.50 is the cab fare. After tip. Before tip is $17.90. Actually, the tip is already more than what the train ride costs. I mean, it did take me about half an hour to walk from Macy's to here, but I really took my time too. Yeah, the tipping culture sucks. I agree with you, but it's a fact of life here in the US. Not so much when you go to different places.
Comedy show, guys. Comedy show.
Yeah, Infinity Act. It's windy here in Manhattan. Still confetti flying around in Times Square.
Let me get my picture. I don't give a fuck.
That would be
You know what? You're right. There's a McDonald's in like every.
As Swan asked if my foot bothers me when it's cold out. It's 31 out. The cold doesn't really bother me too much. It's actually when it got really rainy, like New Year's Eve, and the water soaked into my shoe and my sock, and it got my foot wet. I think that really made my foot sensitive. The water kind of like seeped into my bones and my skin. So that was more of an issue to me than the cold was. Times Square is a lot less busy compared to a week or 2 weeks ago. That's for sure. Bad Bunny, McDonald's ad on top of McDonald's restaurant.
Taxi driver over here.
Let's cut across over to 8th Avenue. The wind is really coming down here. Yes, Peter, I did get your email about your surgery. I'm so happy for you. Thanks for coming on. And I'm also glad that my prayers and everyone's wishes made it that much better for you, so I'm really happy. If it was earlier in the afternoon over here, I'd probably have a hard time walking against this wind. Stephanie says you heard it might snow on Saturday in NYC, but you don't know. Well, we did get some snow yesterday, only about an inch or so. And if you look at the streets now, you wouldn't even know that it snowed. That was the first snow of 2025. Valerie, we did get snow yesterday, but it didn't really stick anywhere. You can actually see the TSX building here lighting up in different colors. I think we could take a little bit of a walk down here on 46th Street through Restaurant Row. Restaurant Row is one block on 46th Street between 8th and 9th Avenues. Oh, if you want to see snow, there's some here in the tree bed. Yeah, it's already dark. Then again, it's almost 5 already. Walking around here makes me feel like I'm walking around Montreal again with the cold weather and seeing some snow on the ground. As you see here, there's a wide variety of different cuisines that you could have. Christy asking if I'm ready to ride my scooter yet. Thanks, Christy. I do feel like I'm good enough to ride a scooter again, but as of right now, I'm not going to because it's just more convenient for me to take the subway in New York, at least to the places I want to go. The biggest hassle to riding micro-mobility devices in New York City is carrying it with you and securing it. That's the main issue. You lock up your bike or your scooter and it may not be there when you come to get it back. Molly says maybe you have a little trauma in Toronto. No, I'm ready to ride a scooter again. Missing Purple Cow asking, are the New York City subways as unsafe as the news reports suggest? Well, I don't know what news reports you're looking at, but I do know they tend to skew towards the negative side of the subway. And having lived here for most of my life in New York, as well as travel to other destinations, I can safely say that New York City is in worse shape when it comes to safety in the public transportation system. I didn't have anywhere of an issue with that when I went to Taiwan, Thailand, even London. I felt safer on the subway, on their subways, than the New York City subway. So a lot of that is warranted. The New York City subway definitely isn't the safest place to be. What really concerns me about New York City's subway also is the platforms. You wait on the platform, there's no screen doors, so someone can just push you onto the tracks, or you can fall onto the tracks. Oh my gosh. And that could happen too. Are you okay?
Yeah, did you have a video?
No, I had my camera turned. I just heard it, and then I turned around.
I want to send that to my friends, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Be careful. Send it to your friends. I mean, I didn't catch it, but that was scary. Asked Swan, did he run into that lady? Yes, that's what happened. Bicycle and pedestrian collision. Luckily, it seemed that she was able to walk fine. And that just happened when I talked about the subway platform. Someone could fall onto the tracks and then this person gets hit. Jeffrey says pedestrians have the right of way. That's a misconception. They don't always have the right of way. Because if you step in front of a vehicle and that person does not have time to stop for you or to adjust their course, then the pedestrian's in the wrong. But in addition to the subway platforms, I want to continue on this too. You don't have always the best people riding the subway either, not in the best frame of mind. There's a lot of people with mental illnesses riding the subway, and people who really, frankly, shouldn't be there in the subway system. Whenever I'm down there, I'm always vigilant. Make sure you know who's around you. Now, I'm not saying that it's unsafe, but you just have to be aware. Millions of people ride the New York City subway system every day. There's actually one place where I did ride the subway and I felt very unsafe. And that place was Los Angeles. I did not feel safe riding Los Angeles's subway. And even though Los Angeles is less dense than New York City and the public transit is less used as well, the problem was there were like mentally ill people
In that place where we
riding Los Angeles's subway and not enough like normal people riding it. So I kind of felt like I was the odd one out when I was riding the subway there. I'd be the only one there who was like in a clear state of mind, and everyone around me is like, oh my gosh, like they shouldn't be riding here. But in New York City, you'll still have like 10, 20 other people riding the subway compared to like the small amount of crazy people and mentally ill people in there. So that's what I'll say about that. Trendy says this is same as London too. Well, I rode the subway in London. I felt more unsafe in New York City than I did in London. London didn't nearly have as many mentally ill or unstable people as New York City. And the London subway is a lot cleaner too. I didn't see any rats in the subway system when I was there, just mice. And that's nothing compared to what New York City deals with. Thanks, 8081TK with $10. Stay safe, Action Kid. Your live streams are the best. You give great information. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I will say this in general about New York City. It is headed in the wrong direction when it comes to crime. I still believe it's a safe city, but you just have to be aware of what's around you. There's a lot of nice people here. The problem is the criminal justice system here really sucks. There tends to be a revolving door environment when it comes to crime here. So they catch these people, or the police may decide not to catch these people because they know what will happen, and then they get released. So it's like, okay. And then they can also inflate the statistics too, because there can be no crime if it's never reported, right? So, all in all, I'm just saying that you should really be careful where you are, and you really are on your own when it comes to your own safety in New York. Don't rely on anyone to help you. And that's a sad thing to be worrying about, but it is a major concern here. Now I'll say this too about myself. When I'm walking around here with a camera here, I stick myself out like a sore thumb. The whole nature of what I do here on the streets, making videos, doing live streams, is risky. Some people might get triggered from it. Whoa. Something just fell down there because of the wind. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it. Much depends on the name of the rat. Thanks, Peter. Yes, Ben, it absolutely is the truth. I see it and experience it with my own eyes. Unfortunately, many of the big cities in North America, they have issues when it comes to crime and mentally ill. Also, I saw it too in London, but not to the same extent as some of these big cities. Like New York, Miami, Boston, Toronto, Vancouver, Los Angeles, San Francisco. But then when I went to Asia, I didn't feel unsafe for the most part in most places when I was in Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam. Sometimes it is a difference in culture as well. There's a lot of activity here on 8th Avenue. Zab chicken sandwich, what is this? 3 Roosters Thai chicken and rice. Interesting, you get fries with this as well. The sandwich only is $8. Yes, Cecilia, it's a big issue. A lot of the problems have been ignored for way too long. Hopefully it'll get better. I like how there's a walking space now to extend the sidewalk just a little bit. Christopher asking if I noticed less congestion with congestion pricing. That's what we're looking at now. For me, I really can't tell a difference between before and after. Maybe we can walk up to the congestion cameras again on 60th Street. I'm not too far. Hey, look at this bar coming up. Route 66 Bar and Grill. This is cool to see. Even though Route 66 doesn't really exist anymore in the US, it served a big part of history. Oh, they have a happy hour at Route 66 too. What do they have for sale here? I'm curious. Oh, Route 66 isn't really cheap by any means, but considering where we are, the neighborhood, it's not bad. They've got a big chicken menu. Nicole's asking, when you first started live streaming, were there more people against it than there are now? Well, when I was first doing this, I found a lot more people who were apprehensive against the camera, but I think it didn't take too long for people to be more accepting of this. Now, I do get people from time to time who are triggered by my camera, but it's a lot less than when I first started doing this. Unfortunately, I'm glad this has changed too, by the way. When I first started doing these live streams, live streaming in real life wasn't really seen in a positive light because there were a lot of these people who were live streaming in public who were doing it as a nuisance. And there still are people who do it as a nuisance and they get a lot of notoriety for the wrong reasons. I'm glad I'm one of the first people to help change that kind of culture because there's a lot more wholesome people now. But unfortunately, it's just people's mindset. They think that any publicity is good publicity, and it's way far from the truth. You had people committing crime on camera, doing their live streams, setting themselves on fire, or doing dangerous stunts and acts, and putting the general public in danger, involving people who didn't involve you. That's the wrong way to do it. And unfortunately, that kind of culture leached onto my channel as well, because some people think it's fun to mess with others while they're live streaming. I had those types of people when I first started too. Getting very close to the congestion pricing camera at 60th Street. Thank you, Stephen Friedman. I appreciate the kind words. This is 59th Street, and the congestion pricing camera is between 60th and 61st. That's correct, S1. From 60th Street up to Washington Heights is free of charge because the vehicles already in the congestion zone. It's only when you enter the congestion zone that the driver will get charged. All right, we got to cross the street here. The view of the camera is better from this side because the other side has scaffolding. So here's the congestion pricing gantry. Every vehicle coming in from here has their license plate red and electronic transponder red as well. $9 for most drivers coming at or below 60th Street in Manhattan. First ever of its kind in the country. That vehicle is going to get charged a lot of money for entering the congestion zone in the truck there. And just so the city cover their bases so they don't get hit with, oh, why was I charged? I didn't know about the toll. Well, drivers cannot make that defense because they have these bright yellow signs for the last opportunity to turn before they get charged. That driver's turning as well as this one. They don't want to be charged congestion. I mean, just seeing this sign is crazy to me. I never thought in my lifetime I would see this, for there to be an additional toll to drive 60th Street and South in Manhattan. Just another tax on the people. I know there's the people who are for congestion pricing, saying that it'll benefit public transportation and discourage driving. But you know what? That already happens in New York City. They don't need this because it's just another form of a tax. You already have fines. And the money is going towards public transportation, but it was going to public transportation before this congestion pricing went in. And it hasn't been spent in the best ways possible by the transit agency. They've been given more money over the years. They keep asking for more money and it's given to them. And you know what happens? They keep getting more and more into debt. The service gets worse, and with that track record, you think this money from congestion pricing is going to help them get out of their hole? Maybe, maybe not. There's reports after reports that show how the MTA is so horribly run. There's so many problems with their costs. Get their costs under control before you introduce a new tax on the people in the form of congestion pricing. Investigate why the MTA is outsourcing these contracts and spending millions of dollars to these outside firms when they could be doing the same stuff in-house and saving money? Who's benefiting from these contracts? Maybe it's some politician's friend, right? Ooh, maybe that's what happened. Ooh. We get to charge the MTA some higher rates for our work because, you know, we have a certain politician under our belts. That's how the government works, folks. So you see here, there's a sign for begin toll zone and another gantry there. Oh look, there's a Tesla Cybertruck here. It's dirty though, it needs a car wash for sure. Oh wow, this is pretty here. I love these trees. Beautiful courtyard. Central Park is across the street from us. Now it's supposed to get colder a little bit later this week. Let's look to the left, no bikes coming, no one coming there. A little bit tricky with the back-end parking there. We'll see what Central Park looks like. Well, this is very pretty with just a little bit of snow on the ground. Gorgeous in the snow.
Yeah.
Here's Columbus Circle.
I was like, what's this? Like, why are you sitting and like, why am I the only one doing this?
Also cameras leaving the congestion zone here.
Yeah.
Oh, the shops at Columbus Circle still have their display up. That's nice. Got the snowflakes there. The Nordstrom building says it's 627.29 Fahrenheit. You know what? I think this might be a running group. They're all gathered here with lights, so that's what I assume they are. A run club. I don't know if they're beginning or ending. A lot of them look cold. I wish I was well enough to run again, but I'm not allowed to yet. New York Roadrunners group. Well, they won't be that cold anymore once they start running. Just keep your body moving. I think they still got some more people joining in. Yeah, trendy, you do feel heat when you're running, but the problem is when you stop, all that cold air with the sweat, it makes you feel even colder. So you really have to keep moving. What happened here? Someone drew on this car's hood with the snow. And on the window too. And on the back. Last time we saw that was on the NYPD cars, so we were walking down 6th Avenue, I think.
I bet you've been doing shot from my
No, Molly, we're not out of the cold yet. The coldest time still hasn't come yet. I think tomorrow is supposed to get even colder. Shannon Hall saying it's supposed to get colder next week. I guess the horse understands English. The person's like, stop, wait, wait. Don says he just got 3 feet of snow in my backyard from lake effect, 4 days straight. Yikes. That's a lot of snow. Hopefully you'll be able to clear all that out and get a path for you to get out of your home. You don't want to be snowed in. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up this live stream pretty shortly. We'll walk over here to 57th Street and I'll sign you all off for the night. My face is feeling cold right now. My body's okay, but my face is feeling it. All right, thanks for watching this live stream, everyone. Signing off here from cold in New York City. It's feeling hard to put on a smile right now because my face feels frozen, but appreciate all of you coming out. Hit the like button for me. Man, that was hard to do. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.